Everybody, this is Jasmine. Thank you for joining me on Ethereal Pathways. I am going to do another channel collective message, and I will tell you that just as I was getting close to getting ready to channel this message, I started getting a message for somebody related to the name Nancy. I'm just going to share the message so it'll resonate for somebody. If it doesn't resonate for you, it's for somebody else. There was a message from Nancy. Tell her that I will watch over her and I will always love her and be there. She's never alone. So that was just a message that came through and I felt guided to share that. I even wrote that down. So that's for somebody. So I'm just going to tap in a little bit more into the energy. There's something about Akashic Records coming out here just a few minutes ago. So some of you may be guided to work with the Akashic Records or maybe guided to look into that for yourself. Maybe there's a message there for somebody. So anyway, I'm going to just continue to tap in and ask Spirit. I've already cleansed the space with some Palo Santo as I usually do before I record and said some prayers. I do feel like there's some additional messages that need to come out. I mean, I'm just hearing like divine truth. Some of you are going to be getting some downloads with divine truth from God, giving you truths in your life, downloads about people, places, things. There are things that you're going through, some clarity and insight, spiritual knowledge, hidden truths, things like that. You're going to be getting downloads. I heard sketchiness. My mind's eye is being brought back to something that let me just share with you, and maybe this will resonate for somebody. I've been asking Spirit, for the ability with my clairvoyance, clairaudience, and mediumship skills. I've been trying to develop those personally for my practice of helping people, helping them heal whatever messages need to come through. And I'm beginning to, obviously I ask for divine protection with that and only the higher energies to come through. But there's some messages here about Akashic Records and divine truth as well coming through. Write that down. So some of you may be guided to look into how to access your Akashic Records through your guides, through the angels, to give you some divine truths about your life path, some clarity, and some of the life lessons. Or I'm hearing past life triggers too. So there's past life trauma that's occurred and it could be affecting you in this life. So take it as it resonates. Like as I always say with these messages, what else, Spirit? I've been asking for these abilities with higher protection, obviously, so that I can assist others in the collective with their path and learning how to trust their intuition and grow spiritually into their own abilities. So, but some of you, I feel like you're seeing things on the side of your eye. I've been seeing that lately, and it's nothing scary. I don't pick up anything negative when I see those things. I feel like they're kindred spirits. They're like your guides and angels that are assisting you and around you, just making their presence known. You may be seeing stuff out of the side of your eye a lot lately. I feel like somebody's going to resonate for that. And some of your abilities are coming more online. They're growing. So there's something to that you keep seeing more and more things moving out of your peripheral, not shadows. It's more like you're seeing almost clear, opaque wisp of something moving. So there's something to that. It could be orbs at the side of your eyes, something like that. So I think that'll resonate for somebody. I'll write that down. Spirit. There's something with this Nancy. This Nancy name keeps coming back. And I'm seeing a lilac color, like a lilac top, like a lilac color top, you know what I mean? And it was kind of like a fuzzy material. So I don't know if that'll resonate for somebody. It's like a soft, fuzzy material. No, I'm seeing dark lipstick too, like a dark pink or lipstick. Anyway, that may resonate for somebody. And I was picking up on something about a locket earlier, like a keepsake locket, and that's being brought back to my attention. This is when I was getting this message for this Nancy or from this Nancy person. It could be a deceased loved one, could be coming through, just a message for somebody. But there was something I was shown about a keepsake locket. Maybe it has significance to you. Maybe it's got a picture of loved ones in there. Something about a Tommy. Tell her I made it. Stereo, the word stereo just came through. January, maybe significant. And that I'm seeing the number 13, maybe January 13th, 113. Maybe you're seeing those numbers as a sign of synchronicity, or 13. Again, take what resonates for you and leave what doesn't. And I mean, it doesn't matter when I post this message. All my messages are timeless. There really is no time. That's an illusion. So whenever you're pulled to this message, if you're pulled to it, anytime after I post it, there's probably messaging here for you if you're pulled to it. I'm hearing the word severance that came out in the last reading, but I don't know why, but I'm also trying to remember. I'm also hearing, what is the name of that professor in Harry Potter that had to do with protecting Harry? It's What was his name? That's the character that's coming through for me is significant for somebody, and I can't remember his name. I gotta look it up. So maybe somebody really resonates with that character, or you really like that character, or somebody you know does. Severus. Okay. I don't know why I kept hearing that Sever, and I was like, what is? I can't remember his name specifically, but I was hearing that. Severus Snape. What was weird is Snake came out to me earlier today. So again, I'll take it if it resonates for you. Leave it for somebody else if it doesn't. There's something about Snake. The Slytherin, because he was from the house of Slytherin. Okay. Okay, so what's being brought back to me is the story about Severus. And this may resonate for somebody. Again, if it doesn't resonate for you, it's for somebody else. But this is going to resonate for somebody. There's something with a tie to Severus Snape and how in the beginning, how Harry thought he was against Harry Potter. Harry thought that Severus Snape had it out for him, right? That he was wanting to try to kill him. He kept thinking he had it out for him. And, yeah, there might have been some, he was trying to portray a character separate. He was wearing a mask in a way. He was portraying himself as not being protective of him and against him, but it was an act. And so there's something there about that there was an act put on as somebody maybe acted like a snake or acted with what looked like ill intent towards you, or, again, take it as it resonates. And that's not, because in the end, if you ever watched all the Harry Potter movies, in the end, it ended up being like he was watching over Harry Potter to protect him for Lily, Harry's mother, because he was in love with her mother secretly. And even though she had moved on with somebody else, he was looking out for her and watching over Harry Potter. And there's something with that situation. So that somebody may resonate with that situation. Maybe you see some similarities with that in your own life with regards to a relationship in your life somewhere. There's sword energy related to this, because what I'm picking up on is Severus was teaching, wasn't he? He was teaching potions, but I don't know. He was also teaching at one point the protection duels. So I don't know. I feel like that's like the dual energy is like, I don't know, is that Gemini energy, but it's also like the light and the dark, like the twins of Gemini, but also the sword energy of the air of Gemini, like protection and the sword and being very, I don't know, methodical. I'm also wearing a mask. I'm just wearing a mask a lot. So anyway, there's something significant there for somebody analytical. So somebody you resonate with may have been, maybe they're Gemini, or they're just in that energy, protecting their true intentions and wearing a mask and putting on a play for others to believe something different about you or somebody else, to again take it as resonates. So they wouldn't know the true feelings. They were hiding their feelings or protecting them, not just themselves, but the you in a way. They felt again by doing this. It was like a form of protection. Again, I think it could be like in a toxic way. Who knows? It can take it as it resonates. But yeah, somebody was like protection, like protecting their status, protecting their status, and protecting their feelings. If you worked with somebody, that could be also why they didn't. If they're protecting their status, and you maybe were coworkers or something, there was that, you can't date at work kind of thing. That may resonate for some people. But again, take it if it resonates. That may not be for everybody. I don't know. I'm pulled. The number 22 may be significant. I've already said 13. December may be significant. I just heard love songs may be significant. Some of you get messages through love songs. Y'all spirit. I'm seeing an angel wing. Excuse me. I'm seeing an angel wing, and I just got angel feathers too, but some of you may be seeing feathers as a sign from your angels and spirit. So that tells me I'm getting with that angel wing that it is like a pass on loved one that somebody's crossed over. And then maybe that's a sign of confirmation for that Nancy. that I was getting, because angel wings, whenever I see angel wings, that I associate that with a crossed over loved one, because a lot of times you'll see those memorial decals on people's cars with an angel wing representing that crossed over loved one and that memorial to them that, in memory of. Cardinals may be significant. Maybe seeing cardinals. That is a sign of of crossed over loved ones too. So maybe you're seeing a lot of cardinals lately. You don't normally see them. I just heard station wagon. And I'm seeing yellow and brown. Something about a pool is significant. And now I'm hearing February. Again, this may be different signs for different people. Aquarius energy. I don't know. Something about envelope. Unmarked envelope. Maybe put something in a blank envelope. Something about Connecticut too. I'm going to look up this city and see if I'm hearing this right, because before I say it, it starts with an S. Stratford, Connecticut is what I was hearing. Okay. I was like, that's what I'm hearing, and I'm like questioning it, but I'm hearing Stratford, Connecticut may be significant. I didn't even know about that. So, again, that's why I had to look it up. Getting them number 21 as being significant. I don't know. I heard 1942. I just heard ocean. So I'm just going to say this. It's how it came through anyway, but I think the emphasis is on ocean blue. And I'm just going to write down ocean blue because that's what the significant was when I'm hearing this. But what was that? The 1742 Columbus sailed the ocean blue, something like that. But the part sailed the ocean blue, something about sailed the ocean blue. And ocean and blue was the most emphasized part of that. But I'll put sail the ocean blue. I don't know. Maybe that'll mean something for somebody. Maybe somebody used to have a sailboat or go out sailing in the ocean. I feel like somebody is getting confirmations through this message that they have been visited by some crossed over loved ones, and you've been asking for some confirmations. That's just what came to me. So if you've been asking for signs of confirmation and any of these things resonate for you, then take that as a confirmation that's a yes. But again, use your intuition. So I'm going to pull some cards here for some extra signs of confirmation and maybe extra messages that need to come through. All right, let me move this. All right, which one, Spirit? Okay, let's do these. I did add to these. I got a whole lot more now. Probably got I don't know how many here, probably like 60 or 70, something like that. Cards in this deck that I created some more. Probably about 25 or 30, 40 more cards, something like that, over the last couple days. I've created that over this holiday weekend, so I've been busy. Spirit, what messages? I'm gonna shuffle again. I'm just gonna gotta do that real quick. What messages do you have out of this deck for this collective at this time? What messages of confirmation do they need? Anything they would need to assist them on their healing journey? Please and thank you. Signs from spirit, even crossed over loved ones, ancestors. I'm getting very heavily, in this message, are guiding you and watching over you at this time. That card that I created is coming to my mind now. And of course, that's a confirmation of that message. And if that comes out, that'll be extra confirmation. But again, we've got enough confirmation of that, I think, for a lot of you. Something about the station wagon coming back to me. Maybe it was yellow and brown. That's funny because I think my parents had a yellow and brown one in the early 80s. Maybe that'll resonate for you. I'm getting the name Susan also. Susan may resonate for somebody. I'm going to write that down. Thank you, Spirit. What other signs of confirmation do you have for the collective at this time that they need to know? Wow, that fell to the ground. Dragons may be significant. Maybe you like dragons or you just resonate with that energy. Dragons maybe working with you as like an animal totem. At this time, it basically encourages you to embrace courage, supreme transformation, immense inner strength, and primordial power. Guardians of hidden wisdom and bridgers of good fortune. Good fortune has been coming out a lot lately, the last few days. That hidden wisdom, that's what's sticking out at me on this card. So this may resonate for some of you. You maybe feel like dragons are significant to you. Maybe you're feeling that. Well, there was a dragon in Harry Potter, wasn't there? Yeah. Yep. Of course. Dragons. What else? Spirit. Empress energy. Man, you guys see, I've shuffled this deck over and over and over. I've shuffled it after I created the extra cards probably 15 times. And this Empress card keeps coming out every reading the last several days. Yes, Empress. Yes. We have a lot of Empress energy in the collective right now. And again, as I always say, if you're new tuning into this video and you haven't seen any of my other videos, I'm going to say it again, like I always do. It does not have to be gender specific. A man, gender man, can be in Empress energy. That's creation. You're creating something for yourself, like artistic. You're using your artistic talents in some way. You're creating something for yourself, and you're also in your like more of a feminine receptive mode, receiving your blessings and abundance because you're believed and you know now that you're worthy. You are worth it. Yes, you are. An Empress, and there's fertility too. Some of you maybe getting pregnant or are pregnant at this time. Detached, emotional detachment. Some of you have been practicing emotional detachment, or you've been dealing with somebody that was emotionally detached. Maybe in this connection, somebody was emotionally detached, and there's a couple messages with that. So again, take it as it resonates for you, because I feel like it's a combination. Some of you may have been guided to detach emotionally from the outcome of certain relationship or situations in order to heal and remove yourself from that energy, okay? Because it was pulling you down in your energy. It was pulling you down in a negative state of mind, in anxiety and crying, just negative mind states, okay? Negative emotions. And you were guided by your guides, your family, your ancestors, and your guides and your angels to detach emotionally and remove and surrender it to the divine. Surrender whatever it is to the divine. And that's emotional detachment. No matter if it's a person, place, or thing, a job, whatever. You're guided if you haven't done it, but I think a lot of you already have. And this is just confirmation you have emotionally detached, and that's what we need to do. Emotionally detached from the outcome of relationships, whatever, especially if they're not resonating and they're putting you in a negative mind state, and you're moving forward from that. But I think somebody else, as another message, again, take it as it resonates, could have been very emotionally detached from you, and it caused you to maybe like overgive in your Queen of Cups. You were overgiving, and you're almost like in this needy, anxiety, chasing energy. That's that codependency when it gets triggered from that abandonment wound and fear of rejection. So there may have been some triggers wounds of yours that were triggered when maybe a masculine was emotionally detached from you, and was not opening up to you, and you felt the emotions intuitively. You felt that there was something there, and they weren't opening up to you. But again, take this as it resonates, if it does. Hermit mode. Again, some of you are in hermit mode right now. You've emotionally detached from a situation, a person, whatever, and you're in your introspection. You're guided to be alone right now to purify and heal. I was getting the purification energy. And also, I feel like a lot of masculines are going through this right now too. They're emotionally detaching and being guided to heal that emotional detachment wound. Like get back in touch with their feminine side and heal that emotional detachment that they've had with love in general. I feel like they had a mother wound, okay? This is coming through for somebody. Again, take it only if it resonates. I feel like a masculine had a mother wound, and it, like, maybe she was I don't know. I used the word toxic a lot, and I probably use it too much, but I feel like she was more of a controlling, manipulative, but maybe just more on the controlling side. Always wanted just to have her say and throw her opinion in there, and steer this son of hers around, but was not emotionally nurturing and meeting his needs in that soft Empress emotional way that he needed. And I feel like you divine feminine, if you were in your Empress energy, that triggered this masculine and that wound, that mother wound. You like triggered it, and he like just like shut down, emotionally detached, and he nope. It was like nope, that's all I heard. Nope. He was like nope, I can't do it. Nope. And it was like a fear trigger, because that was, his state of how he protected himself, from the emotional volatility, the not getting that nurturing side of his mom, of, allowing him to discover himself, his abilities, his softer side, his feminine side. I feel like I feel like he was not spoiled, but doted on, but also controlled. And this masculine or collective masculine I'm connecting with, and he was not allowed for that emotional side to come out. And that side was not nurtured at all. It was not really shown much to him either. it was more of a dictatorial mother. I feel like more in toxic energy and unhealed herself. And so he just didn't really know how to connect with that side. That I feel like he was in a more of a feminine energy per se, but it was more of like a toxic, like he was like, I don't know. It's really hard to describe this with what I'm feeling, and I'm trying to get some clarity how to explain this in a way that people understand. I got a couple cards that came out here, by the way. Carnelian, the artist stone. Some of you are artists. Maybe music or something resonate, but also artists. Motivation, boldness, courage, vitality, taking action. Sacral and solar plexus chakra. Willpower and self-esteem. So some of you are guided to work with carnelian, and you may be guided, use your intuition to work with carnelian to assist you with your artistic efforts, projects, passion projects. And take baby steps came out. So some of you are moving forward on this new path, this new journey, this new beginning, that you've went through an ending and now you're in a new beginning, and you're guided, just take baby steps. You're going through this hermit mode of healing, and you've got to allow that healing to happen. That takes a little bit of time, right? So you're guided to just take baby steps. I feel like this divine masculine is trying to take baby steps too towards this feminine to heal something. But again, that's a side message. Take it if it resonates. So what was I saying a minute ago? So this masculine, I feel like he was more in feminine energy, but that was more tied to his wounded feminine. It was a toxic feminine energy he was in. Like everybody should give to him. He was receiving, over receiving. Like I feel like he was wanting to be nurtured by all the women in his life, that he wanted them to give to him, but he wasn't reciprocating and giving back to them. He wasn't pouring, being totally vulnerable and open and honest with himself, and therefore how could he be open and honest and vulnerable with other women? Because he didn't really know that. Didn't really have that modeled to him, so he couldn't really open up in that way. He was more like a distorted feminine energy, like just more feminine. That's all I'm getting, is like this masculine was not really a masculine. It was more in a feminine, a wounded feminine. That was his wounded feminine side, and he was stuck in that feminine energy. Now he's being guided to heal that part of him, to move more in his divine, like balance his masculine and feminine. And he was in on some toxic, egotistical, masculine traits as well. I think he had a father and a mother wound, is what I'm getting. But the way he exhibited his energy was more feminine, is the way he came across, okay? And that's all I could describe it, is like, I feel like people were just seeing that, and they were saying this person's more feminine. And maybe that'll resonate for somebody. That's just what the way it's coming across. But it does definitely both toxic traits, masculine and feminine, from a father and mother wound, okay, that he needed to heal from, and he hadn't done that work. He just avoided it. It was an avoidant, and he was an avoidant, and he just, I don't know, you triggered it. Feminine, if you're resonating for this, you definitely triggered his wounds. But man, that love he felt, that he's never felt from anybody else. You talk about attraction. This masculine is got the hots for you, I just heard. And that was so highly attractive to this masculine. I'm getting very attractive. And you may feel like he was not attracted to you physically, but it's more than physical attraction. It's that nurturing side of you, divine feminine, that you've been working on healing. He was highly activated and triggered and attracted at the same time, because he had never felt that kind of love, the unconditional love of that nurturing energy that you were giving to him. But it's like he wanted more of it, and he kept taking, and you were like, nope. I heard that earlier, nope. And you had to, Queen of Swords had to come out. You had to put your sword up and be like, nope, you're hurting me, you're overgiving. He wasn't reciprocating love and affection to you. He was giving it to others. Options, maybe he was in another relationship, but I'm just saying he was more in his feminine energy. So anyway, that's getting through for somebody. Anyway, take it as it resonates. So, okay, what else, Spirit? What other messages do you have? My goodness, it just flew out. Did y'all see that? I don't know if you saw that or not. Three of them came out. Okay. Father wound. What did I just say? Father and a mother wound. Father wound, fear of abandonment, low self-esteem or self-doubt, emotional intimacy or connection issues, overly critical inner voice. I don't feel worthy. That's that worthiness wound from the abandonment wound. Okay. I didn't feel worthy of love because he didn't get it as a child the way he needed. That nurturing side I'm hearing. Ancestral healing, generational curse breaker. So you divine feminine, and I've got this in the last message. A lot of you are curse breakers that are watching these messages, and I'm connecting with your energy. A lot of you are breaking these curses. Divine Masculine is also guided now to work on breaking these curses. He's going through a death, a huge ego death right now. That's I'm getting that very strongly. This masculine is going to get hit back to back to back with towers until he does this work and he introspects and he really starts working on these wounds. And I'm just getting hit, like I feel like hit right now, like it's happening. Okay. And maybe this is your sign of confirmation. I'm feeling that very heavy in my solar plexus area. That's that worthiness wound, solar plexus. So, that's sad. Separation, space and time apart is needed for healing and introspection. See, that's what he and you are both being guided to do right now. He's going through towers and he's going to have to go into hermit mode now and introspect, learn, and heal from this stuff. And Divine Feminine, you may have already worked through a lot of this healing yourself, this separation, and you're still in separation from a masculine that is healing. Spirit, I'm guided to shuffle again. Da-da-da. Okay. For the collective. What other messages do you have okay. Amethyst. There's a couple messages that came out there. Amethyst, third eye chakra, and crown chakras. That's what a lot of the divine masculines are working on, but the divine feminines are going into more levels of clearing more and more layers of blockages from this as well. But third eye and crown chakras, mental clarity, tranquility enhances intuition and spiritual awareness. So you may be guided to work with amethyst at this time to get that clarity and build that relationship with yourself, your higher self, and the divine and your guides. This divine masculine feels he has met his match in you, divine feminine. That's a sign of confirmation. I have met my match. He has not ever met anybody like you, where you put your boundaries, you laid your boundaries. He's used to using that magician energy to, manifest what he wants with women or whatever it is. And it's like, he couldn't do that with you. You put up your sword. You were like, nope, there it is again. Nope. Sacral chakra came out. This has been coming out real heavy lately. And this is that passion and lust and stuff that I've been feeling from the divine masculines. Divine feminines, you may be feeling a lot of this creation energy from your sacral coming through, and some of it may be overactive. So you may be guided to balance that. Okay, I'm getting self-pleasuring. So again, there's no judgment here. So if you feel like waves of this coming through where it's like very strong, and I'm just guided to say this, okay, for your assistance, that's that creation energy being activated in your sacral chakra, okay, energy center for creation, to create something for yourself or for the collective to assist, okay? So use that energy to create with. That's what I'm getting as a message for you. But also for the divine masculines, this is that they're trying to, like I've been getting, they're definitely feeling it for you, divine fem. That passion and that lust and that desire for you. Very heavy physical, but it's more than just the physical. It's the whole package with you that he could have. He's met his match, his divine match. But it says creativity, emotional flow. So some of you are being guided, work through those sacral waves of sacral energy, the sensual energy. I don't want to say that the other word because you're not supposed to say that on this platform, but the sensual feelings and those waves of it that you come through, because it will come in waves a lot of times, especially if it's being cleared or activated. Okay. Some of you are going through a kundalini activation. I couldn't get it out there. And then you'll get huge waves of that off and on as you're clearing that sacral chakra, and I've been through it. It's overwhelming at times. You were right, spot on. So your intuition was right and spot on, either about this masculine or his hidden feelings or whatever that he was feeling towards you and hiding. Again, it's that mask energy with that Severus Snape. That mask that he was hiding, and the whole time he was looking out for Harry because he loved his like. It was something like that. It was like the hidden love, something about the hidden love. And it was like a mask of projection that he didn't want people to know that he was, he was protecting him really. And he was putting on that play and that act that he didn't like him, to throw people off. Can we start all over and try again? So I think that's this message for this masculine wanting to start over. He wants to come back in and start over and try again and fresh with a more healed version of himself, and he's trying to work on that now. I think he's getting the messages now from the divine with these towers that he's got to change. He's been holding back on changing, and the divine's like, nope, you're staying stuck long enough. Like, it's time to move forward. Time to move forward and heal. You got things to do, people to see, places to go, people to see, right? You need to fix this. I just heard he's telling, the divine's telling him he needs to go fix this. Okay. And right this wrong and clear this karma with you. Whatever he did wrong with you, wearing this mask and hurting you, he needs to clear that karma. Okay. And he's also clearing these ancestral wounds as well. And so are you, Divine Feminine. 333. Didn't I say threes? That came out in the last reading too. Let me see. Yeah, 33 came through. But you may be seeing threes, like 333, 333, collaboration, pursue projects. See, that's that creation energy. Pursue projects. Spiritual awakening, divine protection, alignment, open, honest communication, and emotional balance. Hello, can I come in? That's exactly what I was just saying. Thank you, Spirit, for signs of confirmation. That's what is going on here. This connection is divinely protected. Okay. And you are divinely protected too. Divine Feminine, whoever, and Divine Masculine, whoever's watching this, your connection, if it's a spiritual connection, a high level spiritual connection, it is divinely protected. Okay. But they're being guided to have open, honest communication, with not just, communicating with their higher self. Okay. That third eye and that crown chakra, mostly third eye and that throat chakra too. They're being guided to clear these blockages and be true with themselves, pull off the mask, look at their higher self, try to connect with their higher self and come in more in alignment with their self now. And, seek truth. Like, what do they need to work on? And I need to, wow, these things are happening to me for a reason now. Well, it's because, yes, you need to change. There's things you need to change about how, your wounds are hurting other people. And that's all it is. I know we get mad at people. We feel very hurt at people, but it's hurt people hurt people. They're hurting too, but they have to do the work. They have to see that within themselves, that they hurt people. And a lot of times I'm not going to say for everybody, but I feel like a lot of times it's not intentional. They just have these wounds that they have put off dealing with and looking at because it hurts and it's scary, right? There's a lot of fears that come up. They're triggered. And then some of them may not have even felt comfortable even reaching out to a counselor or anything about it, because that's that masculinity, that feels that I can do this. I don't need to reach out for help kind of thing, that old school mentality. And maybe they're just now guided to do that. Reach out to a professional and get help. Archangel Ariel, you may feel connected with nature. Maybe you're a protector of the nature and the environment. Maybe working with you at this time, you're a protector of nature. Our Archangel Ariel is a protector of nature and the environment. Lioness of God. I was getting lion energy too. The courage, the strength, the boldness. Connected to water. Helps balance the heart chakra. A lot of heart chakra healing too. Emotional manipulation may have been part of this dynamic. You may have felt very emotionally manipulated by this masculine when he was in his, unhealed form, and he's now being guided to do that work. He's getting towers to show him, okay, you can't go any further. You need to do this work, and you need to make this right. I feel like giving up. Some of you, I feel like the masculine feels like giving up on this connection, and maybe the divine feminine feels this way too. Don't giving up. I just feel that's like a hopeless energy. Don't give up. That's for somebody that this masculine is really going through it right now. I mean, he feels like hit left and freaking right. Like multiple towers I'm getting back to back. And maybe it's in threes. Maybe these towers, I got that in the last reading, maybe it's in threes. 3 different separate huge towers in his life. Like maybe a loss of a job, loss of a business, loss of a relationship, whatever it is. I feel like this masculine going through multiple towers back to back right now. And he's being shook awake. Like wake the F up. Like, you know what I mean? That kind of energy. Like the divine has been trying to give him signs and trying to get him to wake up and giving him many towers, and it's like he's just not getting it. And so the divine came in and it's like, boom, okay, that's it. We got to bring down the hammer, like that. I'm seeing that lightning in my mind's eye from the tower again, like the lightning on some of the tower cards you see coming in, and it's like like electric shock, like shock therapy, almost like wake up, shake out of it, it's crazy. Sodalite came out. You may be guided to work with sodalite at this time. It's for awakening, truth and logic, intuition and perception, authentic expression, and third eye chakra. A lot of that third eye chakra and expression and communication coming out. So maybe there's divine masculines also cross-watching on this channel, and you're being guided to work with some of these stones to assist with that. Ooh, okay. Some of you divine feminines are going into your life purpose, and you're using your intuition more. I was getting that in the beginning. Now I'm reminded of that. So you're now maybe wanting to work with Akashic records and that truth. That's your truth. Okay. That's the connection with the oracle, the records of a soul's path and journey through different lifetimes and what lessons they need to learn, the karmic patterns, things they need to clear. So a lot of that could work with that subtle light. And I'm getting lapis lazuli for somebody too. That's good for communication as well. And I don't know, I just got third eye too, so I take it as it resonates. A lot of third eye chakra. That's your intuition, strong intuition. Like I got Seer's energy right now. I'm getting Seer, Oracle, Seer. I was hearing Oracle at the beginning. Oracle and Seer. Some of your oracles and seers into the unseen realms. Maybe you can see spirits, or I just got goosebumps all over. Woo! That's a sign of confirmation. I feel like I'm connecting with some of you that can see spirits, and you see the unseen realm, and you feel and you sense and you smell. You get like all those senses, the clairs. Woo! Some of them are being activated on a higher level now to work into your life purpose, spirit. Okay. I think maybe a couple more out of this deck. All right, what else do we have? Thank you. Mother wound. What did I say at the beginning? A mother and a father wound. Thank you, Spirit, for signs of confirmation. Mother wound and a father wound. Thank you, Spirit. That's that confirmation that, I think you, Divine Feminine as well, may have had a mother and a father wound. Okay? Take it as it resonates. Mother wound, emotional deprivation, and self-worth issues. People pleasing. That's the overgiving energy. Like I said at the beginning, that's a sign of confirmation. What I was saying, you're overgiven to this masculine, overgiven to others, and you're being guided to put up your sword, put up your boundaries, create healthier boundaries, and you have been working on that. So good for you. Now this masculine is being guided to do that work. Okay, you've already led the journey up until this point. Maybe this masculine is now being woke up to do this work. People pleasing or self-sacrifice, fear of abandonment and rejection. So yes, I got a big time tightness in my solar plexus. Man, what messages, Spirit? I feel like there's more. There's something more here. Divine Feminine, you need to have courage and strength at this time. You believe in yourself. Believe in yourself and your abilities. I feel like a lot of you are second guessing your abilities and downplaying them. And you're being told through me that you need to believe in yourself. Okay. That's coming through very strongly. Believe in your abilities. Don't second guess your intuition. Okay. You have plenty of confirmation. I'm hearing that your intuition was spot on. Look, that card came out. Your intuition was spot on. So you have strong intuition. Believe in it. And that's going to lead you into your next level of your journey, of your life path work to assist the collective, to assist people with healing. Okay. Akashic records reader. Seer. Okay, thank you, Spirit. I don't know why I'm shuffling this deck so much, but I just feel guided to do it. All right, anything else out of this deck, Spirit? Practice more gratitude. So you're guided to practice more gratitude for the things that you have. I also feel like this divine masculine has been in a negative mindset of poor, pitiful me, victimhood, okay? And he's guided to practice more gratitude and get out of that. Reset that mindset. Let that go. That unhealthy thought pattern go, and that way of looking at things. Look at it from a higher perspective. So yeah, practice more gratitude and Divine Feminine. That would always help raise your vibration to assist with your messages that you get through. Keeping that vibration as high as possible, as long, as much during the day as possible. Keeping your energy clear and pure and divine. Or look at this, Akashic. I wasn't even thinking about that, just Akashic. So yeah, sign of confirmation for some of you. Akashic Truth Oracle cards. Spirit, what other messages do you have for this collective? Innovation. Horses may be significant. I did say here recently that we are in the Chinese year of the fire horse. So that's the action energy. And look at that. Orange and indigo blue. What is that? Third eye chakra? And sacral? Yep. Innovation. Oh gosh, I forget these cards are a little darker and I don't have the light really high here. Constant innovation means not being satisfied with the status quo and being willing to try new methods and ideas. Whether at work or in life, innovation can bring new opportunities and surprises. It can make you stand out from the competition or make your life more convenient and interesting. And I feel like that's what you're being guided to do, divine feminine. And I feel like the divine masculine as well. This is something for both of you. If you're feeling like a twin flame dynamic here, I'm getting this again, you're probably being guided into another level of your life purpose work that you're maybe not believing in yourself about and trusting in yourself to start doing. And maybe you're starting to look into how to go about that and trust you're being guided and pulled in that direction. And maybe this is a sign of confirmation for you that trust your intuition. You know, if you're feeling guided and pulled to do something, it's for a reason. And maybe you're guided to add that to your practice. If you've already started a channel or a practice, whatever, and you're being guided to add Akashic record reading maybe to your practice, another horse, responsibility. Another horse. So I really feel like horses are significant. So, and horse is all about moving forward and that freedom, you know, and stamina and that resilience energy, right? I'm surprised the horse card didn't come out in this deck that I created. Fortune refers to more than just monetary and material success. If you don't appreciate the people in your life now, that's that gratitude. Practice more gratitude. Man, I feel like this masculine's really feeling this now. He's really feeling this loss of all this stuff in his life is going away because the divine's saying, you've been paying attention to the wrong things in life. It's not about the wealth. It's not about the material. It's about the spiritual, right? What Jesus came, kingdom of God is within you. It's not in all these riches and all your status and society and stuff. The most important thing is the spiritual side of you, right? Connecting and being one with the divine. If you don't appreciate the people in your life now, you won't have them tomorrow. And that's what he's feeling with everything. He's losing everything back to back to back. And now he's seeing that he should have appreciated you, divine feminine, when he had you in his energy, when he had you there. He didn't appreciate you. He took you for granted and he had other options. And this is just sad. And he's just now feeling very sad and dejected and bad about himself for how he treated you. It has to happen. These towers have to happen. I mean, he's being stripped. I'm getting stripped of everything to humble him and bring him to this state of surrender for this connection because he ran from you. He ran from this divine connection and his divine purpose with you. There's a purpose you two have together. This message encourages you to take personal responsibility and use it to realize your greatest potential. And that's what divine feminine, I think a lot of you are going through that right now. You're feeling like you're pulled to do this as part of your life purpose, your soul contract for humanity, to work towards this part of you you're not really comfortable with yet, you don't know much about, feeling guided in that direction. And you feel a personal responsibility to do that. So I'll go with your intuition. Squirrels! That is so crazy. I was getting squirrels yesterday. Squirrels, you may be seeing a lot of squirrels or, maybe significant, maybe tied to squirrels. So spread, it says. Get some fresh air or call some of your pals over. And this is hard to read. Take a look around you. There is so much natural beauty waiting to be discovered. Either you will soon become involved in an exciting new project or you will go out on a date. Hello. Could be that divine masculine or a new soulmate coming in. We'll see. But yeah, that's that nature. Remember I was getting the Empress energies. Yeah, like creation. And I'm getting like earth, like Gaia, but also, man, it's like nature. But yeah, Ariel. I know there's something else came out with nature. It was Archangel Ariel. So yes. Okay, there's something else here. Go out and ground. Fresh air. Get some fresh air or call some of your pals over. Take a look around you. There's so much natural beauty wanting to. So being in the moment, being more in the moment. That's the other message. Try to stay in the moment as much as possible. Not in your head, not in the past, not, think, too much in the future, stay balanced. Okay, maybe yellow butterflies may be a sign of synchronicity for you. And then look, this also came out with this other card. So it says patience and understanding. So you're being guided to have patience and understanding for this divine masculine, okay? Again, take it as it resonates. That's got a blue butterfly, and this is a yellow butterfly. I just noticed that. It's something about your childhood. You're healing your inner child. You're both healing your inner child. Transformation. That's what these butterflies are. That's death and rebirth. That's that transformation. Shedding the old versions of you, old beliefs. And this divine masculine is probably getting his whole career shaken up and taken away. Like he's rethinking his whole career, I feel like. And he feels like it's tied to you for something, for some reason. I think, again, take that if it resonates. Okay, understanding is the key to getting inside another person's head. Everyone has his or her own story and situation. Trying to look at things from the other person's point of view can reduce conflict and enhance relationships. And that's what he's being guided to do. He's been more in his ego. You divine feminine may be guided to do that towards this masculine, you know? Look at where maybe there was some overgiving there and some boundaries you create. You learned your lessons, right? But be more understanding of and put yourself in their shoes. You know, they had these wounds too. And maybe they didn't have the courage to work through them until you came along and triggered them to where, you know, you triggered each other to go in separation, to work on yourselves, to heal. And then maybe you're being guided back together, right? For your life purpose. Patience. There is wisdom in being patient with good things, like planting flowers. It takes time to bloom. See, that came out yesterday too. That, you know, you don't dig up your seeds after you've planted them every few days to see if they're growing, right? That's what came out yesterday. Have patience. It takes time to bloom. Keep working hard while waiting, and you will eventually reap the fruits of success. Patience makes your life more exciting. So I was getting that yesterday, that, you know, have patience for this abundance to come in. And it could come in all forms. It can come in form of soulmate relationships, like friendships, romantic relationships, business partnerships, job opportunities, abundance as in material wealth coming out of nowhere. I'm just saying, you know, effectively. Wow, look at this. You may resonate as having a golden aura. I just got that for somebody. You may have a golden aura. Uh, effectively, doing things effectively, find the right way to do it, give it your all, and you will see results. Every effective action is a step towards success, and the right way to do it. That's guided by intuition too, by the way. Anything else where I feel like there's something, a couple more things. Okay. This ended up being another long one. Let's try not to do another long one, but it's ended up being one. All right. This is very interesting though. Messages coming through for people. And I love getting these new kinds of message. What do you have out of this animal spirit oracle deck? What do you have for the collective out of this deck at this time? Showing them again. So that song may be a synchronicity. I've had the time of my life. That was in Dirty Dancing. Maybe some of you like Dirty Dancing, that movie, or Patrick Swayze. Was that Jennifer Grey? Wasn't that significant? Or that song, or the song? There's a lot of misunderstandings in that relationship. I'm just now that's being brought to my attention in that movie. To the what was that? Was that his sister that was pregnant or something? Or anyway, I was trying to remember the story, and it wasn't his baby, right? I think Jennifer Grey's character thought it was his baby or something. Peacock and energy. I just got the peacock, maybe significant. But with this, I got divine masculine maybe peacocking his energy towards you at this time, pulling on your energy, testing your energy, divine feminine, to think about him, ruminate on him, go look up tarot readings, things like that. So that's him peacocking his energy. And he's testing your boundaries to see if it's safe to come in. And whenever you let go of this need to be pulled to constant, you know, tarot readings or wait on him or think about him constantly, and you get more balanced, focused on yourself, that's when he gets to that, when it gets to that point, that's when he feels more safe, like energetically. It's a subconscious thing. He'll feel more safe to come approach you, and he'll know that you're ready. And you're both ready, okay? So again, that's going to be in divine timing. So, but you may be guided to look at that where he's peacocking his energy and pulling on your energy to think about him. That's him testing you. That's him testing energetically your connection to see if you're ready, if you're focused on yourself and continuing to focus on yourself. Shaman, here we go. There's a sign of confirmation. Crows may be significant. You may be hearing crows. I was hearing crows earlier too. That's crazy. But crows may be significant to you as a messenger spirit. I don't know why I'm being reminded of Severus Snape again with this crow. I don't know why, because the black probably. But yeah, a shaman. A lot of you are shamans. And some of you were probably shamans in a past life. You are the creator and magician. Didn't I say magician earlier? for this divine masculine, but again, yeah, take it as it resonates. You are the creator, and that's that creative empress energy and the magician. Use your gifts for good. There is power in your wisdom and words. Connect with the elemental spirits and glide through the void. Claim your place as keeper of the mysteries. That's that Hall of Records. That's that Akashic Records. So this is a sign of confirmation for those of you who are connecting with that message. And the elementals came out in yesterday's reading too. So if you're watching this one too, I mean, I'm picking up on your energy because that came out. Those nature spirits and that Archangel Ariel came out. You're tied to nature. You're like a watcher and a protector, but you also are tied to nature and the elementals, the elements. Some of you could affect the element with your energy and your emotion. Okay, that came through for somebody. Wow. Moving forward. All right, I think that's it. Spirit, is that it? Okay. All right, I'll grab a couple from those. Okay. Lover's Oracle. I don't know why these messages, the couple ones have been, last one has been a couple too long. But hey, it is what it is. Holy moly. If that's not a sign of confirmation, I don't know what is. Like, hello. What did I say? That sacral energy has been coming through really heavy, okay? And divine feminine, you could be feeling this too, like I said. If you are a twin flame, you're both connecting. Your sacrals are integrating, they're healing, and they're connecting, okay? And you're balancing that chakra energy, okay? You're getting waves of it. They getting waves of it too, okay? Holy moly. Man, the deck. Look, I can't make this up, guys. The passion I feel is overwhelming. I don't know. I don't know how to handle this, okay? Let me tell you, Divine Feminine, if you've been going through this, it's your sign of confirmation, okay? But Divine Masculine's going through this too, for sure. I can't stop thinking about you. And again, in Divine Feminine, that again could be the peacocking energy where he's wanting you to think, he's thinking about you, and that's, sending you energy, and you're wanting to, you're being tempted to think about him. Keep it, refocus it right back on yourself, okay? Because that'll bring you back into that inner balance, okay? That's what you need to work on, that inner balance. Focus right back on yourself. I know it's hard, but the more that you follow your passions, okay, that's going to balance out that sexual energy, the waves, the heavy waves you're getting that are overwhelming you. The more that you move forward and create, that will help balance the energy out, and it'll help refocus on yourself, your self-love, nurturing yourself and working through your creations, because that's what you're supposed to be doing, okay? Whew, man, some hot energy coming up in here right now. Yow. Yeah, I was just seeing a flame of fire, like, burning. Huckle burning. Oh my goodness, that's a Elvis. Yeah. Anything else, Spirit, out of this deck? I just think it's funny when I go to separate these cards, like it happened the other day. And I got like back-to-back messages as I pulled cards. But there's another one, and there's another message on the other side. I'm like, holy moly. And I was getting downloads. I think it's funny when that happens. Thank you, Spirit. I love the magic and it gets me so passionate because I'm like, I'm getting all these messages like, hold on. This is for somebody. Yeah. Okay. Is that it? Okay. Okay. Spirit messages and that. And then we're going to close. Okay. Whew, man. I'm feeling that sacral energy, boy, and that tightness in my solar plexus. So yeah, definitely connecting to somebody's nervousness, a tightness to come speak their truth. Like they're just building up the courage, just like feels nervous. It's a lot of nervous anxiety. Wow. Okay, 2 messages for you. I just split the deck and look at these messages. So look past what you feel are your incapabilities. Instead, focus on everything you have achieved so far. It is okay to acknowledge your weaknesses, but keep in mind that they don't define you. Your strength and your beautiful soul are clear for all to see. Some of you are going to be on stage, or you're on a platform, or you're being guided to do that. All right, for all to see. And you're feeling incapable. That's that solar plexus again. You're feeling like you're just not good enough, or I just heard I don't have much to offer. Yes, you do. I had to go through the same thing. I had to go through the same blocks if you're feeling that, because that's that limiting mindset belief, from those abandonment wounds. I had a mother and father wound too. So I know that I'm connecting with a lot of you that have these mother and father wounds, both of them, for a reason, to help you heal, because I've healed and I've worked through a lot of that healing. I'm still in a process of healing those triggers, but I'm connecting with you to help you heal, okay, and inspire you to heal, because you can do that. Look at me. I'm out here doing this. I didn't think I was going to be doing this. I didn't think I had these capabilities. I was doubting my intuition, but yet I kept getting more and more people confirming to me signs and names and things. And I was like still second guessing my abilities. And I knew I wanted to help people. And I tried different ways. I tried the podcast, and then that, you know, I was guided to do that for a little bit, and then I went through another death and transformation, and boom, and then through another relationship, triggers came up. I laid boundaries. I protected my peace, and just I had download after download of, I just heard, get a notepad out and a pen and just channel. And so I was like, okay, I was unsure, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go with how I'm inspired. And look at me now. Like, that's how it happened for me. Taking those boundaries, seriously, and putting myself first and protecting my energy, and not letting distractions and people come and distract you from that. That was what did it for me. Your life is about to start moving quickly in some areas. Events that seem to have been on hold suddenly propel forward. Move with the flow. That's that flow state, that Empress energy, flow state, creation energy. Go with the flow. Okay. Don't be so rigid in your structure. Okay. Some of you are like, I'm getting a lot of Virgo energy, but also that control, that devil energy, that control. And you're being asked to let go of the need to control and know the outcome. All right. And control the outcome. You're being asked to let go of that. Just go as you're guided, go with the flow, and take it baby steps, one step at a time, as you're guided to do that, okay? Move with the flow and be mindful of what needs your attention most. Make decisions rationally but sensibly, okay? And this came out twice, okay? So let's suspend it, okay? When a door doesn't open, don't waste your energy trying to make it open. It's closed for a reason. You are being redirected to something far bigger and better. Endings are part of the cycle of life. They make way for wonderful new beginnings and opportunities. So, yeah, some of you are having trouble letting go of whatever it is, which is part of an ending. It could be a relationship or job, whatever. And you're having trouble maybe emotionally disconnecting, or whatever it is. Like, a part of you is just like mourning, I heard, whatever it is. And you're being guided, just go ahead, feel those emotions, but don't sit in them too long. Just as you're guided, move forward, okay? Don't let it stop you. Don't let it hold you back. Don't let it keep you stuck, because you have a higher purpose, okay? You're here for a higher purpose, to assist people. You have something to offer that's unique. That was coming out yesterday. You have something very authentic and unique about you that only you can provide to people, and you need to believe that, and you need to believe in your abilities. So I hope this helped you in some way. That's just messages that came through, but I really hope this helped you in some way and this brought you some guidance. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for your recent comments, by the way. If you've shared how it resonated for you, I love to hear those comments. So keep them coming. How it resonates for people. I love hearing that. For me, it's so interesting because I like to see how I help somebody's life. So I love getting those signs of confirmation from people when you're guided to do that. Please like, comment, subscribe as you're guided. And thank you so much for your love and support. I really appreciate it. And I hope you have a wonderful day or evening whenever you're watching this, and stay blessed.